Turn up the volume, wake the crowd. F'nAround, stop the day. Rats and raves, we got something to say.
Good morning.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're going to change it up a little bit, my boy. You know I like
Really?
to do this to you.
I mean,
Yep.
it is the new year, so what do you got in mind?
So I was sitting there thinking today when I was getting ready and shit, and I was like, we're doing this pre-record stuff, which has obviously worked very well. It has given us a chance to grow and evolve with the situation, right?
Yeah.
But, it does kind of put our timelines off a little bit, especially because we do a lot of current event stuffs, right? Like that's literally what we talk about. It's current events, keyword, right?
Yeah, it does get kind of hard talking about stuff like after it occurs.
Especially when stuff goes on over the weekend and shit, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, damn, James, you send me a text and you're like, did you see this shit? And then it's like Saturday morning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I was thinking maybe we just go into this as like a, more of a not day behind sense, let's say, right? We're going to bring the show concept around it and just keep it general, daily. You know what I'm saying?
So we make it the day of, talk about it the day of, and then we release it the day of and then air it later. Okay.
Yeah, people are listening, dude. People are listening. We see that people are actually going to both platforms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're going to Spotify and catching it. Angela was saying that somebody mentioned that they believe they listened to it on Apple the other day.
Yeah.
And then you have WURE, who people are tuning into obviously daily now. So it should actually help us out, I think, actually. It'll keep us a little bit more current.
I like the idea. It makes it easier for us. Doesn't hinder us as much. It's kind of hard to be sitting there saying, oh, we're going to talk about this happening Monday. And then all of a sudden we're airing it on Wednesday.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just going to spring that upon you like I like to do things like that. My bad.
So like going forward, then like after we record, we'll just post it up. So maybe our Spotify times will drop at different times.
Yeah.
So, just keep an eye out because it's basically, we'll drop it sometime after we record. So it'll be different times, different days, but you'll still get the same amount of episodes. We'll just kind of just keep you on your toes. Right.
Yeah. And also remember that opens us up to being able to do some more random stuff. Right. So if Joey gives me a buzz and is like, yo, listen, this happened, dude, let's go record a 45-minute episode really quick. It opens us up to be able to do that a little bit easier without getting confusing. You get what I'm saying? Because you're tying yourself to that 8 a.m. time frame, right?
Right. No, I like it. Makes our lives a lot easier. I mean, from a news perspective, it's a lot better. We're not always behind the 8 ball.
No, 100%. Yeah, so I thought it'd be a nice little change going into the New Year's. And
I think it's a great idea. I think it'd be better for the audience. It'd be better for the events. And I mean, if they want to listen to it in the afternoon, then they can listen in the afternoon. They don't have to wait till the next day.
Yeah. And then what I figured is since we're going to do that, right, we're going to change the way we open up and how we do things in that area. I figured this would be the perfect opportunity. I know we got a couple stories that we want to talk about. Some actually, once again, it's what we kind of thrive on over here, which is sad. But the crazy shit going on around the world. We got a couple good things, not good things. We got a couple topics to talk about. But maybe we should also let everybody know what we're looking for as far as growth for F'nAround in the morning, right? What are we looking for as far as 2025, right? Me and you talk all the time, right? We know what we want to do, right? So maybe we give them a little glimpse at what we're trying to do over here.
I think it's a great idea. I mean, we're effing around in the morning and we're just going to keep effing around, but I like the growth idea. I mean, especially after yesterday when we were kind of going through what actually happened last year, right? Like when we were going through that list.
Man, Joe, by the way, dude, tip your hat to yourself, my boy, for keeping up with them topics like that. Because even me, I mean, I pay attention, right? But there was even some things after you told me to read it after we filmed yesterday. You're like, yo, just go and check it out, though. I know you know everything like that we've been talking about, but wait till you see how that was put together. And I'm telling you, well done.
I mean, I saw stuff on there too. I didn't even realize. I'm like, wait, when did this happen? Like, how did this slip the news? Like the Telegram CEO. Did you see that one? That one blew my mind. Like the Telegram CEO getting arrested, was it in France or wherever he was? Getting arrested because he was aware and part of it, knowing allegedly, let's go.
Yeah,
allegedly of drug trafficking and child pornography on his app.
Well, so you know where that comes from though now, right? So that stems from, you remember, the Silk Road.
Yes, I do.
You remember the Silk Road, okay?
Yes.
So what you set precedent for, right? Now, listen, I'm not condoning what Buddy did because
Never
I'm telling
condoning.
you, the Silk Road was, I mean, you could buy children and shit on there, dude. Like it became really out of hand, right? But that wasn't the purpose of what he started it for, right? So
Right.
he started it to be able to order drugs from all over the world,
Right.
It evolved into what it turned into. And then here's a guy getting charged for people doing hits and stuff on his platform. Now, I mean, listen, it's not right. It's not right. But you set precedent now to now look, the Telegram CEO is now wrapped up in a barrel of bullshit because of his platform that he built. But he built the platform to protect us and our let's call it content and messages and shit like that, because Telegram's end-to-end encrypted very well.
Yeah, very nice.
I've operated off Telegram for quite some time for a lot of I know a lot of logistics people do. So when you're in transportation, them drivers, because obviously international, all use it.
Right. So I could give you a funny Telegram story because you know what else? So won't say any names or anything. And if this only happened once, it wouldn't be as funny, but it happened more than once, which is why it's so funny. Yes. So more than one. Other than drugs, logistics, talking to international people like we do you know what a lot of other people use Telegram for?
Let me hear it.
Like their OnlyFans or escorts or stuff like that, right?
Okay, so facts, yeah.
Right. So did you know when you go on there, it alerts your whole network you're on that app? If you have that set up to sync with your contacts. Like if you're using it, like you and I, we're using it for good purposes. You set it up to sync with your contacts, correct? So it alerts you when one of your contacts come on.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
correct. Because I've been using it I use it for legitimate purposes.
Yeah,
I sync
still
it. So,
got the logistic group chat on there. Yeah.
So when one of my friends gets on there, they can know I'm on there, find me, and it says my name and my number. A lot of people don't realize that's an option. So as I said, more than once, all of a sudden I get an alert that one of my friends are on there. Not going to say who, but as I said, it happened more than once.
Oh, you dirty dog.
And then I'm looking at it, and it's a name I've never heard. And you're looking at it like, what the fuck type of name is that shit? Like, what the fuck? Like, it makes fun. You're looking at it like and you know what
cinnamon or something.
Well, I wasn't going to say any names, but yeah, you get the concept. And then you're looking at the picture, and it's like a friend, like half naked or naked in some cases. There's someone that you know.
No.
And you're like, and it's to a number that you know. And you're like, oh, well, that's weird. I don't know that. So you can go to your phone, you put the contact number in, and you realize, okay, I remember who that is, but this doesn't add up, right? So then you go to Google and type in their name that they put. And I had seen OF, but the best one was straight up fucking Pornhub, like everything.
She's all through that bitch. Millions of clicks.
Yes, all through it. Yes.
Nice.
I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, I'm seeing this, and this is somebody.
Fucking way.
This is somebody I knew from college, right? But like married, happy, thought everything was well, and the first thing that pops up is like her and a guy double teaming her husband, like stuff like that. Yeah, like so. You never know what you're gonna get there.
Be in a chokehold with another dude. Oh my god.
So this is also a PSA of if you are going to do something like that, check off that little box that says sync with your contacts.
Yeah, you might not want to do that, everybody. See, this is where you need to pay attention to what you're clicking when you download apps and shit.
But the fact that it happened more than once says a lot.
That's so damn. So now, like randomly, as Joey's friend base starts to become escorts, they're gonna pop up in his Telegram, dude. Oh no!
I'm sitting there like, really? Like I didn't picture this. Like you're like picturing them how you know them, and like, okay, that's a little different. Okay, you've had a little work done.
This is like white picket fence relationship type shit too, where they're just like perfectly together, and then realistically, dude's getting pegged by somebody else while wifey got him in a chokehold somewhere in the fucking kitchen. No, dude, crazy.
Right. But because imagine it. Like I'm sitting there and like this is like when I knew this person, completely reserved, bookworm, like I knew her from study groups, right? This is not somebody that would even picked up a drink with me or Brian. Like wouldn't even show up to a party.
Something else, though.
Wouldn't even show up to a party with us without being worried because of the fact that the type of things that happened to our party was not appropriate for someone like yourself.
Well, listen, hold on. maybe it wasn't appropriate what you guys were doing, but to her, putting a ball gag in hubby's mouth was appropriate. Though. I bet you if you guys tell her you guys got a swingers party going, she shows up with the buddy, with a buddy and hubby.
Who knows?
Oh, dude, this is what we're into. What do you mean?
Oh, this is the new age. You want to turn?
I didn't know you wanted to, Joe. It's like, no.
I'm good. I'm good on that.
I was like just trying to get some bump skis in and shit. Tweak it.
But I'm dying. Like, the fact is more
that's
than
fucked
once.
up, dude. That's fucking hilarious, though. I could just imagine you too, because you're like low key now, right? So, like, I could just imagine you chilling, watching your DC stuff, kicking it. You know what I'm saying? At night, doing some emails and shit, and then bam, it says like new contact on Telegram, and you're like, oh, really? You click it, and it's like, whoa. Okay, no fucking way. It's got to be a scam. And then you go through the research, and you're like, no, it's real.
Right. Because they don't even look the same sometimes. It looks like a whole different person, like completely different.
Awesome.
Right.
Dude.
So like night and day, like I couldn't pick them out of a lineup. And then you're like, whoa, they've changed a lot. Whoa, they've had a lot of work done. Whoa, did not see that coming. That is not their social media persona.
No way, man. Oh man, that's nuts. I want my phone. I want that to happen to my phone so I can laugh at one of my friends from high school.
Right?
All my friends from high school hate me, so it doesn't matter.
You'd be posting it. You would have been calling their
fucking over with, dude.
You would be calling their names out right now.
Right now, and I'd be asking them for management contracts at the same time. No, I'm kidding. That was a joke. I wouldn't do that.
You definitely would. Don't even try.
Yeah. No, but that's fucking. I mean, it's crazy to see the stuff that we missed, though. You know, it's just crazy to see the things that we missed, and you know, not to say that the Telegram stuff is like world news, right? I mean, it is a big deal because of the amount of Americans that use it, though, right?
Correct.
So what you need to take into consideration as a whole, we need to take into consideration that so many people operate off that app, right?
Exactly.
So it should be something that is talked about the same way that they talk about TikTok all the time. Yeah. But you know, other than the fact of TikTok's making people so much money, that fucking app is the worst thing for this country. So.
Absolutely. So I am sorry to derail you on your original topic, but I just had to throw that out when we talked about
what do
Telegram.
you mean derail, dude? That's not a fucking derail. That needed to be told. I needed to know that. Now I'm kind of hoping that eventually one day that happens to me.
You can hold out the hope.
Funny. You don't know how bad I would laugh. I would have to send Facebook Messenger, like, listen, I see you. You silly girl.
Like, I was dying, like, absolutely dying. And, like, you know who the first person I wanted to call was, but, like, obviously I couldn't. But I was like, oh, my God, like, you're never going to believe this. Yes.
Have you since let one of the two know that you know?
Yes. And
and how did that go?
Laughed their ass off at me. Couldn't believe it happened. Like, changed it immediately, removed it, got rid of it, and, like, was very thankful I let them know.
Did hubby hit on you after he found out?
No, it wasn't that one.
Oh, not the one with the hubby? Oh, no. Man. I would just die if hubby was like, yo, so,
yeah,
you interested? Like, what the fuck? You know, I'm trying to help you.
That's all.
Help you. Oh,
I was literally
shit, dude.
But that brings us to the point of seeing as how much stuff we've missed. I think for 2025, we should do a better job of trying to find that stuff. Because, I mean, we didn't miss a lot of stuff in the end, but the stuff throughout the year between that, like that massive Interpol global, like sex trafficking sting that like.
Oh my God, dude.
You saw that one too. I put in there.
Yeah, dude. I've been skimming through, you know, we had people over and shit and everything, right? So I'm skimming through stuff and I couldn't believe the stuff that I necessarily missed because I'm not going to lie, for like 90 days, me and Joey hit the fucking pavement on fucking news, dude.
Right.
And some of it was stupid. Some of it was good. Some of it was great. Right. But I remember when you guys kicked off the podcast in the beginning, right? So that few weeks before that and a few weeks into it, we were hitting the fucking pavement on current events.
But that was all the way back in June that occurred, remember? Like that global Interpol thing. But the fact is, I feel like I should have seen more about it. Like, but it was the same week Hawk Tua came out.
Yeah, dude. And I don't even know why I didn't pay attention to it. I just heard something about that broad's coin.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember though, so I'm not going to speak on it. Somebody just called me last night and said something about the coin, and I was like, dude, what do you mean? Come on, guys. What the fuck?
Like, why waste your time? Like, what the hell? Like,
and then you know what it was? Somebody called me about the new coin Pepe. It's called Pepe or Pepe, dude.
Okay.
It's off of Pepe the Frog.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay, now I get it, right? You can definitely make some money, but come on now. Come on now.
No, those meme coins are crazy. Are you into any meme coins? Like, not telling people to invest in it, but do you hold any meme coins?
No, not no more. Not no more. The only thing now, I mean, some people are on the fence, and I've gotten some mixed opinions about XRP, right? Ripple, but I hold Ripple. Okay. And I've been looking at Ethereum, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't put on no facades. I'm not in the price range of Bitcoin, right? But if you're looking at coins, in my opinion, and you want to make money on coins, you have to look at it as longevity unless you have large amounts of money. Right. So unless you got a guy like Joey, right, which actually is probably something that if people are interested in, Joey could probably lead you down the path, right? If you meet a guy like Joey and they can put you in tune with the right people that are willing to let you use their money to invest in meme coins and stuff and trade them actually like you have to trade stocks, right? Like you know day trading and options and shit and all that. So when you're doing meme coins, that's how you make your money. But remember, these meme coins are worth fractions of a penny. Yeah. So you need to throw $1 million in there to see real money. You get what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to XRP and Ethereum and obviously Bitcoin, which is really high right now, right? But XRP's at, hold on, I just had it. XRP is currently sitting nicely at, I believe it's 220, but don't, hold on. Yeah, 227. So XRP's sitting at 227, 226 right now, right? It's really accessible to people that don't have large sums of money. So that's kind of where I stay in, because I'm able to go in there and throw 100 at it, right? And I'm good. And then you buy just trade it.
Yeah. You just watch it and trade it.
And listen, if Bitcoin situation happens, which I'm not going to lie to you, isn't as realistic as people make it seem, and there's a lot more to it than this, but you got to remember, I believe XRP is trading off of the Ethereum network, right? Ethereum's at 3K plus a coin, right? Obviously, Ethereum would be the one to turn into Bitcoin first, right? Yeah. So, but XRP could too, because countries are picking up XRP. So as far as meme coin goes, I had 5 million SHIB for like 3 years, dude, and I lost like $180 fucking dollars. I was like, what the fuck? I got 5 million of these bitches. I can't get it to go to 25 cents.
Yeah. So I was playing with them since like maybe 2012.
And I remember.
Yeah.
You were back then, dude.
Yeah.
You were back then, yeah.
My problem is, though, because it never moved quick enough for me, I don't know where any of the flash drives or computers are with all my shit. So Brian and I used to mine that shit back in 2012 when we were on the south side.
We should edit this bitch out. Don't fucking, somebody might clip your punk ass, dude. You might sit on, you guys were fucking stupid back then. You guys probably bought all types of shit and it's sitting on a fucking flash drive.
Probably somewhere, like, or lost, or hanging out in some after hours club that dropped and still sitting there in their garbage.
Did you hear? So listen, did you hear about the guy that actually, he was in the press about losing this fucking, and then the other guy that paid for a pizza with Bitcoin.
That keeps always popping up. But like for this I don't even remember how much we had or what we did. We just did it for a while for shits and giggles. Yeah. So to me, it's just a funny joke, because who cares at this point?
It'd be a funny joke. You find out it's a couple of coins.
Right. But the issue is, like, you can't live in the past. So it's more of, it was fun at the time. And the only issue is we didn't really have a rig or anything. So we were doing it with our computers and we were burning out our laptops.
Oh yeah. That's what, and listen, back then when that was so like around the same time, I had somebody approach me when Bitcoin was $11 a coin. Yeah. Literally, I remember the morning. Yeah. And he was like, listen, everybody give me 100, right? We'll all grab, and this was like 20 of us. And we looked at him and we're like, dude,
get fucked.
You're fucking crazy. I'm not giving you $100 fucking dollars around the same exact time. And I was like, dude, man, it's not happening. And you know, you go back, I'm sure there's plenty of stories just like, you know, just like you, people were burning laptops and
Left and right.
desktops like crazy back then.
Oh, we were burning through a hell of it. But the only issue is, in the end, then our electricity bill started going up, and because we had all those self-tanning lights in a room for some reason. And
Message.
so we decided the lights were more fun than a bunch of shit that was worth like pennies, or like it was like a couple. They were like I think at the time it was only like a couple dollars. Like,
oh my God, dude. I remember the growth of that. And then I remember being in prison and it being on the news and everybody going crazy because it was at like $25K a token. I was like, dude, I am such a fucking goofy. I'm sitting there, I'm like, no fucking way. I've gambled on worse odds.
Right.
That's crazy.
It's amazing how fucking crazy it is. But it brings us to the point, like, look at the meme coins, look at the Haley. Like, I want us to talk about all those things coming up. I want us to touch base on.
You know, I really, like, speaking about New Year, I want to get somebody to come on here and talk about it that knows a little bit more about it, actually, because it does look like a rug pull. And I could talk to my brother about it. My brother's really good at charting and options and stuff.
Yeah.
And it does look like an illegal rug pull. And I'm not going to lie, it would be very hard for her not to know something like that.
Right. I agree with that. 100% I agree with that. That's what it's absolutely looking for. But like news like that, I mean, even that, look at everything else that happened in that month. That almost seemed like it was covering up shit too on it. Even if it was done on accident, it's just that got so much publicity because they made her a celebrity overnight. Right.
Mm-hmm. And the same way they made her talking about sucking a cock a celebrity overnight.
Exactly. Built a whole she literally built a brand off sucking cock.
And I bet you she's not even that good, low-key. Yeah. She doesn't look like she's good.
She
looks like she's all talk.
I mean, shit, I would rather Heather I. Deep Throat do better if you remember her from our childhood.
I do.
I think every guy our age remembers her.
Man, bro, you're wild, bro. You're wild, dude.
Like, I don't remember anything about her, but I remember her name and her being like all over Napster.
Yep. 100%. Remember LimeWire, all that goofy ass shit, dude.
We had like Kazaa, LimeWire, Napster.
Yeah. LimeWire, Napster.
Pirates Bay.
Dude, you know, somebody mentioned it on LinkedIn the other day, right? Somebody mentioned it on like a nostalgic post or something. Yeah. And when I seen Pirates Bay, I was like, dude, people don't know nothing about that shit, dude. Nothing at all. This generation is so fucked.
Oh, it's horrible. Like how they don't understand how bad it is for us and how easy it is for them. They can go on a phone and listen to a song. I had to sit there for hours to get a song to download, and then half the time it wasn't even the fucking song.
25 viruses. Don't forget that part.
Right.
So you go through one song and you get one or two songs done on LimeWire, and you got 20 fucking viruses sitting in your fucking computer.
And not only that, you're not even guaranteed to get the right fucking song.
Nope. It might be. Remember how you would get like the complete wrong song, and you're like, fuck. You know, you got to go through and search all over again and shit.
And look forever to find it, check the downloads, check the reviews, see how many people actually downloaded it. Like, oh my God, it was ridiculous. And then
now you literally can't take a piss without the world being able to download that video if you get it on camera within seconds.
Oh, you can't even say you suck cock on camera without the world finding out.
Yeah. And lie about it, mind you. She's probably lying. That broad is probably lying. Hatua is probably not all that. Oh, nor am I any sorts of inclined to want to find out.
Dude, it almost made me. It was like so perfectly set up. It almost made me think like it was scripted.
You know, and a lot of people do talk about this industry plant stuff, right? So if you go and you know, me and you just had this talk the other day. Remember talking about it and making too much sense?
Yeah.
Right. So if you go and look, there are quite a few people that you could sit there and say exactly like you're talking about and being an industry plant and being used for the sole purpose of covering up important stuff that is going on in the world. Like you go back, it all lines up, but it kind of always lines up a little bit too much.
Yeah, and that's the worst part about it. It's like, look at the, what's it called? Remember that girl was doing the interviews with like Drake and Shaq and you would just sit in bed with them and do interviews?
Oh, what's her name? Fuck. Dude.
Yeah. But
I got you.
They were talking like she just popped up out of nowhere, pushed really hard, and she fell off really quick.
But here, give you a little backstory on why she fell off with that, right? So, in my view, what I believe off of, let's call it gossip, right? From like social media and people that I know and shit, the bitch got too big for her britches, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Go watch her interviews, right? She really started thinking that she was on some of the levels of the people that she was talking about. And I get it. That was her marketing thing, right?
Right.
But eventually you're going to chase people away, especially guys like Drake. And then remember, she got divorced when it blew up.
Saw that.
So what was she doing in them beds?
Exactly. What I thought when I was watching her, because I saw it on TikTok and the little clips of it, she tried to come off like she was in Aubrey Plaza, but she couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, and shout out to Aubrey Plaza. Dude, she's a fucking goat.
She's amazing. Absolutely
great
amazing.
Comedian, great actress, dude.
Hilarious, too. Like, and she's like...
You have seen a couple copycat wannabe lookalikes since too, dude. You have seen a couple people, and mind you, try and miserably fucking fail.
Because she's got that whole like fuck everyone attitude, and like I just don't care, and it like works great for her. And you get a couple other people trying, it just doesn't work. But like she like became that over years, right? Like it's not like she just showed up like, oh, this is my persona. Like she was behind the scenes for years. I mean, don't forget she was like what, a page on SNL.
Bobby Atoff. That's her name.
There you go.
My bad. Sorry,
no worries.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, dude.
No, it's all good.
It just came to me, bro. I'm serious. I was just sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, what's this bitch's name?
Right. And like she spent, and like I was gonna say April Ludgate, but yeah, Aubrey Plaza spent years as April Ludgate on Parks and Rec.
Yeah, you called her stage name.
That was a great show,
dude. Great show, Parks and Rec. Oh my god,
absolutely hilarious.
You know, and once again, another conversation. It's crazy that, you know, all this stuff. We were just sitting around a table at New Year's, right?
Right.
And we're talking about how they just don't make stuff like that no more. Dude.
Well, they can't.
The quality of what they're putting out there is, it doesn't take much to get people to grasp onto anything anymore because of social media.
Yeah.
So you don't need to try as hard, it seems like. You don't see movies or series like you used to anymore.
Not at all.
Nothing.
Not even close.
Man, Parks and Rec. I'm going to watch some of that today.
It's Ron Swanson was the best.
The fucking best, dude.
Oh, yeah.
What was the other good one that was relevantly? I think that's called The Office, right?
The Office.
From the same era, right?
Yeah, and The Community.
Yep.
Community was kind of like very similar to Parks and Rec, but in like a school version. That's my opinion of it. Oh, yeah.
No, but I think that this is you know what? I think this is a good direction.
Right.
For 2025 though, right? And another thing that we really, both of us, need to hit the ground running on. Let's get more people on this bitch.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's get more people on this bitch. You know, that's why we also don't need to hold it to the morning, you know, part anyways. We can start doing some nighttime things and getting some people on here. Get some fucking crypto people on this bitch. Get some fucking, I know you got these political people in your back pocket that I would just love to motherfuck sometimes. So get them on here. Let me tell them a thing or two about a thing or two.
Yeah, get them on, get some debates going, have some conversation, kind of talk about the news, kind of see how they're feeling about it.
Have you heard from, like, I know we talk about them all the time, dude, and I want to mention that, you know, we don't have any type of, let's call it attachment to support your local weed band.
I have not.
We genuinely support them, right? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So,
I really want to.
What's going on with them?
I haven't talked to them in a minute. I want to circle back and touch base. I know they've been probably very busy with this hemp stuff because, as you know, that Delta 8 shit's coming down hard now, and Pritzker's going after it. I mean, I sent you that shit on LinkedIn. They're going hard for it. They're gunning it. People are trying to go against it. Like, they're literally trying to gut the whole fucking industry to pad their own pockets.
And what's the response, Joe? What are you guys getting from the people about it?
So it's kind of a toss up back and forth because they're villainizing all the people like Support Your Local Weed Ban and Prohibition Cafe, trying to say that this is operating outside the norms and the rules because they're able to do all this that a dispensary isn't. When in actuality, the whole thing is set up just to repad the dispensaries so that they make more money. So it's kind of so you kind of see a half and half, but the issue is they're villainizing the hemp and that industry by saying that they're making these stuff that are poisoning kids because a couple things have done, like, you know, you've seen like there's Doritos and all those things that are similar to regular brands, and they're saying they're getting in the hands of kids. And yes, stuff like that does happen, but it's not like they drank a bottle of booze and crashed the car. It's like they got sick from it, or they felt like they got food poisoning, or they got something like that. And I'm not saying that's okay either, but because of a couple bad situations where it's so similar to brands, instead of just going after those individual companies, they're using it as, hey, let's go after the whole fucking industry and gut them all to help the cannabis.
Damn. And you know what's crazy is how do, like we always say this, how do people not notice this shit? You know, kids have been getting, you know, finding back doors to getting things for a long
Forever.
time, right? You know, go back to like, you know, the 70s and shit, you know, I mean, they were always doing it. Now, is it good, right? No, absolutely not. But to say that is your main attack on why you need to pass this bill, right? And get this stuff done, that seems kind of far-fetched and stupid. It doesn't seem like something that a intelligent person would let, you know, get past them.
I completely agree. And that's why lobbying effects and money and people are paying to pad their own pockets are working from the back end. But it also brings me to this point, and I think you could weigh in on this a lot. Remember those movies and the shows when they were talking about the oxycodone and how like that epidemic went through and how it caused this whole thing of addicts for pain pills, right? When they couldn't afford those pain pills anymore on the black market, what did they move to?
Oh, heroin.
Right. So if you're now taking away the ability for Delta 8 and hemp and these THC like things that you can get at any gas station for relatively cheap compared to a dispensary, and you put them into a dispensary, what now becomes cheaper than a dispensary?
Everything.
Correct. So you're taking away where they can use a semi-healthy drug or a healthy alternative to drugs, right? It is still a drug, but it's one of the it's what considered the healthiest of the illegal narcotics, right?
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, actually, it should be rescheduled already. It should have been rescheduled. There's too many medical properties that to schedule it that way.
I couldn't agree with you more, but now you're making it more expensive, and you're taking it out of their ability to get it. So they can't go to a gas station.
So now the black market booms again.
Correct, but when the black market booms, then the prices change again, right? When you make it harder to get those abilities, you're going to raise that price as well, which means other opportunities or cartels or people bringing stuff in have the opportunity to push other products. So when you're going to a guy and you're trying to get some grass, right? And he's like, well, I don't got grass, but hey, try this rock for a little bit. It's cheaper and I'll let you try it. Or try this.
Kick off the crack epidemic all over again.
Or heroin or whatever it is.
Or heroin or what, because there's a ton of, you know, Joe, there's a ton of new shit that me and you, I mean, we've done, I know, personally, me and you together, we've partied, right, when we were younger. These guys are doing shit that I wouldn't even think of. I know that there's this stuff floating around that they're doing now called Tunchi or something like that.
Never even heard of it.
Tusi or something. I don't know. It's something pink.
Oh, okay. I saw stuff online about pink coke that kills you. But
so it's MDMA, meth, coke, and then I believe mixed with a little bit of fentanyl. Ooh. It's all mixed together in this powder, and I mean these guys are getting it's basically every powder substance, and I think ketamine's also in there too.
Okay, so that's a little crazy. I mean, like the craziest thing I saw when I was younger was they mixed with Viagra with ecstasy and cocaine, and they called it the rainbow of sex.
Yeah, but, see, I mean, I've dibbled and dabbled, and you know I've partied, but these guys they're getting a little bit too bold and out of hand. So like you say, now you kick off the other stuff again, right? Because nobody can afford to smoke, right? Nobody can afford to smoke no more.
When you're talking about the fact that kids are going to fuck up, and we don't condone it, but they're going to do stuff, but they can no longer walk into a gas station, but then they can't walk into a dispenser either. They're going to get what's supplied to them because kids still want to party and they want to act cool. Or they want to get away from their emotional trauma or their stress or whatever they're going to do. People are going to do what they want to do to survive, right? Or to deal with their mental issues. But when you start doing stuff like that, it starts to limit their options. Because you're protecting Big Canna, and instead of protecting Big Canna, you're hurting the children by using the children as an excuse to protect them.
Man, and this is and this is like, see, this is good that you talk about it this way, right? Because this is what I would call like the fine print that you don't see in these bills, right? So people see the big bold letters, right?
Right.
They really don't ever look at the bigger picture and what it could possibly cause, right?
Short-term gains, long-term losses.
And we're big on that here. And that's the type of shit I want to hear about, right? I want the type of people that look at the longevity of situations, right? That was one thing I went into on Say Word podcast, right? I have to be bigger picture people, dude.
Yes. I caught a clip of that one that was tagged in. I was listening to that thing this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta be bigger picture people these days, dude. We gotta stop looking at the smaller picture because that's what's fucking us.
Nickel and diming your constituents, your customers, everyone to death.
Anybody, and I told JoJo that nickel and diming these artists doesn't benefit me, bro.
No.
I could fucking sign artists all day, and I can take little 10s and 15s here and there.
That's exactly
fees.
why I said nickel and diming. I heard you say it.
Yeah. I could do it all day, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got them banging on our door now these days, bro. I'm serious. They're banging on the door because they believe in the situation. But the thing is that's the problem with the music industry now, is people looking at the smaller picture, right? Everybody stopped looking at the bigger picture and valuing themselves and valuing the growth and the process and all this stuff, right? There's no value on it no more. And that's the same thing you're seeing in every aspect of business, politics, so on, so forth.
Insurance.
There you go. United Healthcare. Luigi, now listen, Luigi, that's a man looking at the bigger picture.
The wrong way.
That's what's still sad.
Looking.
It's the wrong way, and that's what's sad, right? That is what it took to get all these people, because did you hear the amount of payouts that policyholders got after all this happened?
I didn't hear the exact number, but I remember seeing that it was
to give you the exact number wouldn't even be fair, because I bet you it changes by the second.
Nonstop. But bringing up Luigi is a great point. Did he start a new thing with suppressors again?
Oh God.
You saw that?
Oh no, Joe.
Did you see that?
Here we go. Joe, you know Joe's always got to do it, audience, right? So this is where we get to the shitty part.
Right.
Of our fucking.
But we're doing so well with the good stuff and having fun. Look at the time.
Yeah, listen, no, for sure. But see, this is what we do though. So it doesn't matter, right? I mean, I'm not saying the shitty part of the show. I shouldn't say it that way either.
The reality of how the world is.
Yeah, we get to a point on the show where we got to talk about some issues and shit that I don't see enough talk about, at least, right? So, and they just so happen to be really sad and or tragic situations half the time. So, you know, let's go with the fucking, which one were we going with first?
Whichever one you want to go with. I mean, okay, you want to drop a bomb? You want to cut off some gas?
Let's start with the Virginia shit, man. So we actually set a record. When was this? December 17th they were arrested.
And now it's like making news now.
Yeah, right. It just hit BBC. I know. I just seen it like this morning, actually, and I checked BBC a lot. It might have been up there before, but I just didn't see it. I didn't see nobody talking about it. But December 17th, we broke the record for the largest cache of bombs, homemade bombs, seized by law enforcement.
Yeah, and what were they for? What was going on? What's happening here now?
Well, I mean, you just don't fucking know. This is in Virginia. This is fucking there. This is on our fucking front doorstep.
Ridiculous. I mean, kind of goes with the fact that anyone can make it, right?
But Joe, listen, you can't do that. I'm not going to let you. We were able to make homemade bombs when we were kids too, right? Right? But when you got caught with a few pipe bombs,
right?
What happened to that guy on that mountain? And I don't want to say the wrong situation, but you know what I'm talking about. Remember when his family and all them, they backed up and went to their cabin on the mountain because they were terrorists and shit. I know there was a lot of discrepancy and controversy behind it, but the ATF went and flooded that dude and his family, his kids and everything because of a few pipe bombs.
And this is the biggest cache in history. And
we just broke a record and we're just hearing about it on BBC is the top click. Yeah. The top click is BBC. It's not even our fucking news.
That's what makes it so much worse, because they don't want to instill fear.
What do you mean? Listen, sorry, you guys made it. You guys created it. We fucking need it. We should be panicking. 150 fucking homemade bombs?
Did you see that? Farm? So I was doing a little glimpse of that, and I was reading it this morning too. Did you see what he had? He had a backpack. Did you see what he had written on it? What they said?
No, what do you have on it?
He had it #NoLivesMatter.
Oh, see, look. Now look. Now you're gonna get me started, right?
Right.
That's no what these motherfuckers. Now listen, everybody knows, dude. I am pro-human. I do not care about skin color, right? But do you see what started with that Black Lives Matter shit? and the situation that they created by getting caught doing the wrong things with the money.
Yep.
The same things you talk about, right? So great cause, right? Great cause, great position, and great fucking views on what they percepted to the world when that came about, right?
Right.
We caught you with your hand in the cookie jar, just like every person you were attacking.
Exactly.
And now look, now you created people that, hey, what now? No lives matter, white lives matter. Remember, white lives matter became a thing. How fucking stupid could you fucking be?
Yeah, I mean, you might as well stand up and say, "Yo, I can wear a hood."
Yeah, right. You might as well stand up, say, "Hey, I'm part of the KKK." White lives matter. Come on, you stupid fucks. Listen, all lives matter, and we definitely shouldn't have to make a hashtag out of it to prove it.
Yeah, but saying no lives matter mean you're just going to wax everybody. It sounds like you're going to New Orleans like these other people.
Listen, that's a fucking tragedy, dude.
Yes.
On fucking New Year's Eve?
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
When can we enjoy ourselves? And you know what's crazy? Tink was just telling us the other day she wanted to go to New Orleans for February with her friends, right?
Yeah, that's off
Tink
that
was
list.
just telling us. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You ain't fucking going now.
You just cut that off that list.
It ain't going. Find a different fucking state. It's fucking, and because now, and that's not saying that can't happen anywhere. Right? Obviously, it can happen anywhere.
Right.
But what we see is this stuff is starting to happen. What's that word, Joe? When it's happening closer together. What's that word?
More prevalent.
That's a word for it. Yeah, more prevalent. Yeah, it's becoming more prevalent, right? So instead of having a school shooting once every fucking 5 years, right? I mean,
which is still a tragedy.
Right? Which is still a tragedy. You're seeing one a month. You instead of you seeing mass shootings, what they call mass shootings, where a bunch of people are getting killed at major events, instead of that happening every few years or something like that, which is obviously a tragedy, it happens every fucking holiday.
Right. Instead of having a serial killer pop up like every decade or so, now it's popping up more regularly.
Wasn't somebody stabbing somebody at the Christmas tree lighting in New York too? Somebody was fucking getting stabbed in the crowd. How the fuck does that happen?
No one cares. No one pays attention anymore. Weren't we just talking about that the other day where something happened and everybody watched too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the burning on the bus. Oh, and then listen. So, hey, thank you, Joe. This is why you're my fucking partner and one of my best fucking friends, my boy. So listen, we were just talking about that and you reminded me, which I can't let happen again. I forgot about it. Somebody just got pushed in front of a train on the tarmac in New York.
And they just watched.
Well, listen, they might as well do it. They know nobody's doing nothing about it. What's going to stop anybody who has these fucking feelings? These people, some people got mental problems, man. I mean, that's a real thing, right? So we're not going to sit here and act like, I mean, these guys are obviously criminals, right? And they should be punished accordingly.
Right.
And they're pieces of shit. But mental illness is a real thing.
Yes.
Dude, it is a very real thing. It exists. We can't act like it doesn't. So when you have people that genuinely have mental illnesses that they try to deal with daily, no structure, they can do whatever they want. They're going to do it.
But have you also noticed it's becoming more prevalent as well? Like it seems like it's becoming a more regular occurrence, which makes you wonder why and how.
Well, because you got, look at it this way, Joe. When I got in trouble, right? When I got in trouble as a kid, right? I was scared. I mean, not like saying oh no, I'm just saying I thought about, as I got in more trouble, I thought about my decisions more.
Right.
You don't need to worry about that no more because you're not really getting in. There is no being held accountable no more for your actions, right?
Right.
People are even able to somehow finagle situations where other people are now held accountable for stupid people's decisions just because they had a conversation with somebody.
You mean like suing your teacher because your kid failed?
Yes, there you go. My kid got beat up, so it's the principals, the teachers, and the superintendent's fault. No, that's not true, right? I got beat up. Listen, to say that I lost, that I didn't lose fights in high school and middle school would be a fucking fairy tale, right? But my mom and dad never once went to the school and were like, listen, we're going to sue you.
Right.
And nor did any of the parents that I fought and I beat the fuck out of somebody.
Yeah. Normally the parents go, "What the fuck did you do?"
Yeah. I mean, I knocked the kid's braces out of his fucking mouth for calling John Cyclops. The parent didn't even fucking say anything besides like, "Hey, listen, can we squash this so it doesn't happen no more? You guys play football together."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, for sure. It's cool. Yeah,
It's
you
over.
just called
Done
my
with.
brother a name." But now, if that would have happened, oh my God. Invisaligns? Oh my God, you broke my son's Invisaligns. You owe me $50,000.
And therapy and mental trauma
And then
and
we
stress.
can't forget, yes, all the damages, right? So I mean, you're able to hold other people accountable for your actions way too much, which one day I want to dive into with you because I know you got an opinion on this slightly, and I want to do it with Vadim. The drug-induced homicide. The drug-induced homicide law where they fucking charge the dealers all the way down to California. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got something from somebody in California and they can trace it to that person and person died, that person in California is being charged.
So I'd love to hear his opinion on that because it almost ties to the DUI or the overserving situation. Because if you're overserved or you get in a DUI and you kill someone, they'll bring it back to the bar.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't happen often.
And the server too, right?
Yes.
Correct? Because the bartender gets their own issues.
Right. So the person who served them, the establishment, and the liquor license can all be held on that line.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you don't see it often, but if you ever do that, I think it's called Bassett training. I don't remember what it is now, but I think it was Bassett back in the day when you do the food and drink stuff for serving alcohol.
Yeah.
In the training, it teaches you that.
Yo, I would love to get Ryan's position on this, and I'm going to tell you why. He's a very safe individual. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I've been around him when, you guys are all drinking. He's always like, yo, no driving. You get what I'm saying? You guys are all here. That's cool. Partying here. That's cool. Nobody's going nowhere, right? And then that's always been like his position and his role. So I'd like to get his position as a bar owner and partner, right? To see how that affects how he has to train his servers, what type of servers he hires. You get what I'm saying?
Like, I don't even keep my car keys on my key ring. I have them separate than my keys. So, you know how some people always keep them together? Like, I don't have my keys on me unless I'm driving. Otherwise, I just have my house keys. Like, don't ever even want to have that. Like, oh, look, I got my keys right here. Let's go.
You don't even, and that's how you operated when you were drinking too, right? So that option was never there. If you were out drinking somewhere and you didn't drive, you didn't even,
I don't even have my car keys. Like, so even when I'm coming home, it's like, oh, look, you know what? I need a cigarette. Nope, not because once I get to my go inside and I see that bed, I'm out.
Yeah, dude. See, that's a good fucking thing. You're like, no, I'm not going to get the keys.
Right. Once you're inside, you don't want to go back outside.
Nope, it's over with.
Right,
dude, that's smart. That's smart thinking. And I want to say that too. Joe, you hang out with a lot of Chuchenheimers, right? But when it comes to that, dude, you guys are all relevantly safe people, especially your brother.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, even when you guys are at bars, dude, I can't remember too many times I've ever been behind actually I take that back. Because Brian was a different breed. I could tell you
how'd that trunk look, buddy?
Dude, don't tell the people that, dude. Dude, now look, I'm turning red, bro. It's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing, dude. Yo, we got to turn that into a story now. Man, bro, that's embarrassing as fuck. I already had to bite the bullet and tell everybody I was kind of a lame when I was younger, dude. But now you went and told them that you fucking put me in a trunk basically and drove around with me for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just because I called you a bitch, dude. I was like, called you guys a bunch of bitches. You guys put me in a trunk. What the fuck?
You never did that again?
Never. Oh my God, dude. And listen, actually, I'm going to tell you a real quick one. I slipped up on Brian when we were partying one night at my grandpa's apartment. You know, the one you guys lived in on the first floor. I slipped up, right? And I was joking. And he said that to me. He was like, I thought me and Joey taught you your lesson with that. I was like, bro, I'm 21 now. He was like, I don't give a fuck how old you are. I will go and put you in the trunk of Joey. You had the Challenger at the time. That was a Challenger, right?
Yep. The white Challenger.
You had the Challenger. And he was like, I was like, Joey's not here. And I answered him back, and he went and got a set of keys. He was like, what do you mean? I don't care if Joey's doing that. I will put you in the trunk of that fucking car just as quick as I did when you were fucking 14. I was like, no. Never mind. I'm sorry. I won't say it again.
But that's what kids don't get nowadays.
Yeah. Dude, man. Oh, God, I fucking missed that fuck, dude. Why did you have to go there with it? I'm going to be sad.
It just lined up perfectly, though, for that. Like that.
It did,
like
dude. It did, dude. It did. But, you know, man, actually, and I know you guys are actually getting ready for your veto episode soon, right? So there will be some of this more veto stuff coming up. I know you guys have been talking about it, dude. That's fucking cool. Yeah. That's going to be fucking cool.
Kind of get into a little bit. I mean, there's a lot to get into. It's just a matter of like kind of spreading it out and doing little stuff. And as we've been talking about, we're starting to get a little more streamlined. So there's some topics that you and I want to dig into deeper that I want to get over there with them and kind of go deeper into it.
For sure. No, yeah, I really like Riverside, and I really like the way that this operates, right? I mean, could there be better things? Of course, but the things that could be better with Riverside are fixed when you do different things with your equipment, right?
Correct.
So it's very simple. As you make more money, you're able to get better equipment, so on and so forth.
Right.
Now Riverside becomes perfect, right?
Exactly.
So shout out to Riverside, obviously. Want to do a really quick, honorable, amazing mention to start off the new year, though, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be our official start off and kickoff of our sponsorship with Vadim, everybody. We've been mentioning it, right? We've been mentioning it for about a month now, 2 to 3 weeks, I believe, actually.
Yep.
But Vadim, as always, dude, we appreciate the fuck out of you, bro, and we appreciate you always believing in us. If you need an amazing attorney in the federal space, he does state crime, right? He does do state crime, but really, really, really thrives in the federal space. White collar crimes is his best. I'm telling you right now, my boy got you situated.
Did you know I learned this morning that they have other color crimes too? My brother just sent me a list. Yes. I didn't even know that because he made some joke about red collar crimes, and it's about like doing homicide to cover something up. And I was like, what? Like,
really?
Yeah. So
well, do you have the list handy?
No, it's on here while we're doing it, but
okay.
I think it'd be funny to talk about tomorrow. Let me see if I can pull it up on this if it's synced over. But I was like, I did not even know. Did you even know that?
No, I didn't. To be honest with you, I didn't know that white and blue collar crime. I didn't know. I thought white collar crimes was just the only thing you said.
Yeah, I was like, you got to be crazy. There are multiple colors, but I think it's one of those things we should talk about tomorrow. Kind of get into the fact of there are more than white and blue. I mean, they're obviously not as mainstream because people don't talk about it, but they have random colors.
Well, they're changing the game with this. They're setting precedent with the way that they're able to charge these people with the RICO Act again. Yeah. So you're starting to see a giant uptick in federal crime now, right? Instead of the state crime that you were seeing, and obviously, where you live, it's a fucking free for all anyway. So there's fucking crime everywhere.
Well, there's always been, but they used to allow people to take care of it themselves before it got to the police, and now they don't want that either.
Yeah, now you can't do nothing. Now you absolutely can't do a goddamn thing.
Exactly. Not a thing anymore.
Yeah, but huge shout out to our sponsor, Vadim, right?
Yep. Thank you.
I want to give a quick honorable mention to Say Word Podcast and Miss B's management and JoJo over there at Say Word for, giving me a great interview and shining a great light on the situation. We appreciate you. Looking forward to more. We got a bunch of showcases that we're getting lined up working with Say Word Podcast. So anybody that's tapping in the Detroit area, reach out to me. And we'll see what we could do about putting the showcase together for February. And thanks, guys. It was a great interview. It was a great interview with them. And Joe, thank you for building this out the way that you have, bro. I love the way that this is growing, and I love working with you on this episode, dude. 2025 is going to be a great year.
Oh, it's going to be great. We also got to give a shout out to Ryan over there at Little Joe's for keeping the rest of the team all drunk and the guests drunk, so this way we could grow it out this far.
Oh, yeah, dude. Hey, listen, we mentioned him on the last episode, dude. We mentioned Little Joe's. Make sure everybody gets over there. And then another huge shout out to our entire team, dude. Tink, Freddie, Chris,
don't forget, the first episode we launched it with Freddie. We wouldn't have got here if we didn't get the reception we got with Freddie.
2025 is really our year, dude. So thank you to everybody who makes this possible.
Yeah, and to many more and the other people joining us. We can't wait, and we can't wait to see where we go. But with that being said, thanks for effing around in the morning with us. I'm Joe.
Hey, it's JJ. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you for effing around with us in the morning.
See you tomorrow morning.
All right, see you tomorrow morning.
Effing around, start the day. Rest and rage, we got something to say. Feel the beat, the energy rise. It's morning mayhem, no surprise. We're effing around, sun's up, it's true. Morning vibes just for you.
Sounds good.